Namaskar, Swadika. My name is Aparna Patwardhan. I'm the director of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Embassy of India, Bangkok. Greetings on International Vesak Day, which is also called Buddha Purnima, the full moon day of Vesak. On this day, we commemorate the birth, enlightenment, and parinirvana of the Buddha. Buddhism did not start as a separate, independent religion, but was an offshoot of the ancient Hindu faith. While in India, Buddha's teachings have become an integral part of our culture, in other countries it has assumed distinctive forms, conforming to local traditions and culture. Buddhism, with its diverse expressions, is a shared culture between India and Thailand. On this occasion of Vesak Day, the ambassador to Thailand, Her Excellency Mrs. Suchitra Durai, has shared a message.
Greetings on the International Day of Vesak. As many of you would be aware, Vesak comes from the Pali word of Vesaka, or the Sanskrit word Vaishakha. And this day happens to be the full moon day in the lunar month, which falls in April-May every year. And that is known and celebrated by Buddhists all over the world. In fact, it is the most auspicious day of the Buddhist calendar because it marks the birth of Lord Buddha on this day. So it is celebrated in India as Buddha Jayanti. It also marks the day of his enlightenment as well as the day of the Mahaparinirvana, or the passing away of Lord Buddha. Buddhism, of course, as everybody would be aware, was a faith which was born in ancient kingdom of Magadha, which is present day Bihar in India. And of course, it has become a faith which is followed not only in India, but in several parts of the world. It traveled from India several thousands of years ago to Central East Asia, Southeast Asia, and of course, it's there in the Indian subcontinent itself. As far as India itself is concerned, Bodh Gaya, where under the Bodhi or the people tree, Prince Siddhartha, attained supreme knowledge, and therefore he became the Buddha, or the enlightened world, one. For Buddhists all over the world, the journey to Bodh Gaya is in fact part of the larger quest for spiritual enlightenment. And it gives also pilgrims an opportunity to congregate with Buddhists and believers from all over the world and to remember the foundation of the religion. Amongst other places in India which are very well known as part of the Buddhist circuit are in fact Saranath, where Lord Buddha gave his first sermon, and places like Kaushambi, Sankisa, Shravasti, and Kushinagar, where he attained the Mahaparinirvana. Other places apart from this are the Ajanta caves in Maharashtra, which are renowned for their famous Buddhist art and the rock-cut caves. Apart from this, of course, there is the architectural beauty and the great religious significance of the great stupa of Sanchi in central India. From there, many of the missionaries started and came to different parts of the world, including Swarnabhumi, or Thailand, as it was known at that time. The government of India has been very actively promoting tourism in connection with the Buddhist cultural and spiritual heritage. And of course, we have a number of universities which offer studies and courses in Buddhist studies, as well as research programs. For example, the Nalanda University in Bihar itself is a major initiative which has been taken by the government of India under the Ministry of External Affairs. It seeks to revive the concept of the ancient University of Nalanda and offers many areas of studies, including Buddhist studies, which would be of interest to those here in Thailand. The National Museum of Delhi again has 22 pieces of the most sacred relics of the Buddha. They are actually kept in a very special golden pavilion, which was in fact gifted by the Royal Thai government, and it is again a very important place of pilgrimage for people all over the world. So today's webinar will have many great scholars from Thailand who will be presenting their views and perspectives on Buddhism on a diverse range of topics. And I wish the webinar all success. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Buddhist institutions had a tremendous influence over commerce, economic systems, art and architecture, literature, and on the everyday lives of men. These influences of Buddhism are seen across India, large parts of Asia, especially in Southeast Asia. To discuss these influences, we are hosting a webinar titled Perspectives on Buddhism. We have invited venerable monks and scholars from Mahachulalongkorn University, Mahamakut University, Silpakorn University, and Chiang Mai University to speak on 6 different topics. I welcome all the scholars to the webinar. Dr. Sombat Magmi Suksiri will first speak on Buddhist philosophy and its journey to Thailand. Venerable Dr. Framaha Magavin Purisottama will speak on Buddhist literature and manuscripts. Venerable Dr. Framaha Sombun Buddhikaro will speak on Buddhist psychology. Dr. Cheda Ting Sanchali will speak on Buddhist art history and archaeology in India and Thailand. Venerable Dr. Seng Hrung will speak on Buddhist maritime trade. And Dr. Paktikul Ratana will speak on Buddhist tour circuit in India and Thailand. Dr. Sombat Magmi Suksiri, the Managing Director of the Sanskrit Studies Center, Silpakorn University, will moderate the session for us. We will also present the first topic, Buddhist philosophy and its journey to Thailand. Over to you, Dr. Sombat.
Thank you very much, Madam Director. I'm very thankful to Swami Vivekanand Cultural Center to invite me in this such a great event, webinar on the perspective of Buddhism, which is one of the webinar organized by your prestigious institution. I'm very happy to be with all eminent scholars here today. First, my paper, my topic is the Buddhist philosophy and its journey to Thailand. I would like to share my paper, but I'm sorry for not being able to present by PowerPoint. I have only the MS Word. If I have time, I will get it more better than this. May I share my paper? Okay. Can you see it? Yeah. My topic is the Buddhist philosophy and its journey to Thailand. And I divide my subtopics for the discussion into 4 topics. The first one, I would like to talk about the brief history of the early Buddhism. And the second one, I would like to discuss on the is Buddhism a philosophy? And the third one is the Buddhism's journey to Thailand. And the last one is Buddhist way of life in Thai society. First topic, the brief history of early Buddhism. I would like to bring you to the early Buddhism in India. Actually, as far as we know, Buddhism was founded by the Lord Buddha in 26 centuries ago in India, and his most significant teaching is 4 Noble Truths, or the way, leading to liberation or nirvana, or we can say nibbana in Pali. And what is the Four Noble Truths? It is, the first one is suffering or dukkha. The second one is samudaya, or the origin of suffering. The third one is the nirodha, or cessation of suffering. And the last or fourth is maraka or makka. That is the how to or way to get the cessation of suffering. This is the Four Noble Truths. This is the most important teaching of the Lord Buddha. The Four Noble Truths can be summarized into only one verse, as Venerable Asachi told the layman Upatissa, or later called Sariputta. Now we call Sariputta the great disciple of the Lord Buddha, as follows. I read Pali word. This was very famous in the ancient time and in Thailand also. Ye Thamma Hetu Papava Te Sang Hetung Tathakato Aha Te Sancha Yo Niroto Cha Ewang Vati Mahasamano. And its translation into English as, of those phenomena which arise from causes, those causes have been taught by the Tathagata Buddha. And their cessation too thus proclaims the great aesthetics. These words very tough to understand, but this can summarize the whole teaching of the Lord Buddha into one verse. In the time of Lord Buddha, Buddhism first was not regarded as the philosophy, because in the time of the Lord Buddha, he always taught his disciple for liberation, not for the discussion as the philosophical discussion. But the religions, because the Buddha teaching aim at the liberation, not at the discussion of the intelligent scholar. Lord Buddha never answered the philosophical, especially metaphysical question, but only the one leading to the revelation. This is the major goal of the Buddhism taught by the Buddha. But when the time passed by, around the second half of the first millennium of Common Era, Buddhism was gradually brought into the light of philosophical discussion and interpretation by scholar monks, especially in Mahayana Buddhism. Some topic of discussion which was prohibited by Lord Buddha, such as, is the world or the universe finite or non-finite? Are the soul and body the same or different? Were gradually accepted by monks as the main topic of their study. Actually, these questions never been answered by the Lord Buddha himself. Why? Because he told his disciple that this question never led to the revelation. Whenever you want to go to the nirvana or revelation, this question are not necessary for you. So this question never been answered by Lord Buddha. So he told his disciple monks not to involve in this question, or the question of the origin of the universe, or the origin of the soul, or the similarity or the difference of the soul and body at that time. Their study of Buddhist teaching slowly shift from the visible phenomena to the conceptual expression. One of the reasons behind this situation was to protect themselves and criticize some philosophical concept of the rival religions, which were prevalent all over India subcontinent at that time. This is the main reason why the later Buddhist monk, after the death of the Lord Buddha, they try to answer the question that the Lord Buddha never answered. Why? Because they would like to fight or to gain the popularity amongst the followers, among the lay and lay people and other religious followers at that time. They are fighting between the followers and the religious practice, the religious person at that time for their religion belief. So the monk always study the Buddha teaching in the other way. It means in the philosophical perspective. That's why the Buddhist philosophy starts at that time. This schedule of Buddhist monks was remarkably successful in keeping Buddha's teaching more popular and being the central point of Buddhist study. Thus, Buddhist philosophy was prevalent in all parts of India and was continuously brought to the Central Asia and China via Silk Road by scholar monks and traders. This type of Buddhist philosophy mostly emphasized on explaining the philosophical concept, especially the metaphysical one forbidden by Lord Buddha, as mentioned above. This branch of Buddhism became one of the two main streams of Buddhism and now was called Mahayana Buddhism. It was accepted and practiced in China, Korea, and Japan. By the evidence in the Buddhist text, now I come to the topics that how Buddhism come to Thailand. By the evidence in Buddhist text, Buddhism was brought to Suvarnabhumi or Indochina continent, including the present Thailand by two monks missionaries named Sona and Uttara, sent by King Ashoka in the 3rd century before Common Era. By the evidence and Buddhist text, we know that King Ashoka sent the missionary into 9 directions. One direction came to Suvarnabhumi, or now we call this name, we call the subcontinent, Indochina subcontinent, including Thailand. So now we believe that the Sona and Uttara come to Thailand and land at the south of Thailand or land at some places in Myanmar. Till now we can't fix the specific place where is Suvarnabhumi. So this is the first Buddhism come to Thailand in the text. By the archaeological evidence, we can see the evidence from the archaeological fact, that is the Ye Thamma words was very popular in this area, and this was found on the some stupa, bricks and stone inscription in the central Thailand, especially in Nakhon Pathom province nearby Bangkok. Since from Sukhothai period till now, Thailand is the land of Theravada Buddhism. Thus, Thai Buddhists are not interested in discussion on the philosophical topics like their counterpart Mahayana Buddhist. The Thai adapt and adopt Buddhism in accordance with their way of life, such as some seasonal practice and teaching. When time passed, Buddhism was gradually mixed with the local belief and became as one in Thai society. For instance, the Wax Candle Festival and is annually observed in northeast of Thailand, that is Ubon Ratchathani province. I will show you the the wax candle festival on my video. I just brought from some clip from the YouTube because the Madam director asked me to include this festival in my topic also, because I would like to just talk about this festival because it is a very interesting festival. Why this festival have been observed in Thailand, I will tell you next. In Ubon Ratchathani province, the most famous festival is the traditional wax candle festival. It is annually observed on the 15th day of the first fortnight of Asalha, or the eighth lunar month according to Thai calendar. The origin of the festival was mentioned in the Buddhist Pali text as the monks' practice of rain residence or Buddhist Lent, you can say. It was regulated by Lord Buddha that all over 3 months of rainy season, all Buddhist monks have to stay at the same monastery or same place and not allowed to stay overnight any places other than his monastery. In the ancient time, laymen and laywomen were supposed to support monks' specific practice like this by offering them all necessary things such as bathing clothes and textbooks, including the candle to be used for reading at night. This practice is timely developed from that origin to be the major event of wax candle festival in Ubon Ratchathani nowadays. This is the why the wax candle festival is observed annually in Ubon Ratchathani province. It originates from the Buddhist text for monks only, but Thai local people adapt and adopt this festival as their own festival in their society. Let me show you the video of this festival. Okay, can you hear me? Hello? May I share? Let's see. Stop sharing. Okay, may I share video? No? Okay. Okay, this the wax candle festival. Just would like to show you. This candle was crafted by the local people, and this also was the competition. Is the competition among them to show the respect or to pay homage to the Lord Buddha. And you can see the big parade, candle parade. If you go to Ubon Ratchathani province, I have observed once, maybe 20 years ago. It's observed for 3 days before the 15th day of the Asanha, or the 8th lunar month in the Thai calendar. Okay, I forward to the parade. You can see many tourists and many people attend or participate this festival. And this is the annual festival, the most famous annual festival of Ubon Ratchathani. So this is the way of life of Thai people in the Northeast who adapt and adopt Buddhist philosophy in their way of life. I would like to summarize my talk in Thai for 2 or 3 minutes. ครับ สวัสดีครับ ผมขออนุญาตสรุป สิ่งที่ผมได้นำเสนอไปในตอนต้นนะครับเป็นภาษาไทยเพื่อที่จะให้ผู้ฟังที่เป็นชาวไทยได้เข้าใจสิ่งที่ผมได้นำเสนอไปหัวข้อผมก็คือว่าพุทธปรัชญาและก็พุทธศาสนาเข้ามาสู่เมืองไทยได้อย่างไรนะครับจริงๆผมนำเสนอว่าคำว่าพุทธปรัชญาเนี่ยจริงๆในตอนต้นสมัยพุทธกาลเริ่มต้นเลยนะครับพุทธศาสนาไม่ได้ถือว่าเป็นปรัชญาเราเรียกว่าพุทธศาสนาแต่ว่าคำว่าพุทธปรัชญาหรือว่า Buddhist philosophy เนี่ยตอนหลังมาเนี่ยหลังจากที่พระพุทธเจ้าปรินิพพานได้เกือบ1,000 ปีนะครับการที่พุทธศาสนาได้รับการศึกษาในเชิงปรัชญาเนี่ยจึงเกิดขึ้นเพราะฉะนั้นคำว่าพุทธปรัชญาเนี่ยผมก็เลยตีความเนื่องจากว่าพุทธศาสนาในประเทศไทยเนี่ยเป็นพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทซึ่งพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทเนี่ยเขาก็ถือว่าเขานี่เป็นพุทธศาสนาดั้งเดิมที่ใกล้เคียงกับพุทธศาสนาในสมัยพุทธกาลมากที่สุดนะครับเพราะนั้นก็เลยพุทธศาสนาในประเทศไทยก็เลยไม่ค่อยได้สนใจที่จะศึกษาพุทธปรัชญาแบบพุทธศาสนาที่เผยแผ่ไปทางอินเดียตอนเหนือผ่านไปทางเอเชียกลางแล้วก็ผ่านไปทางอย่างประเทศจีนประเทศเกาหลีแล้วก็ประเทศญี่ปุ่นนะครับซึ่งก็เรียกว่าเป็นพุทธศาสนามหายานที่เน้นการศึกษาพุทธศาสนาแบบที่สามารถจะตีความหรือว่าสามารถที่จะนำเสนอแนวคิดที่อาจจะไม่มีอยู่ในคัมภีร์ดั้งเดิมก็ได้นะครับอันนี้เขาเป็นอิสระแต่ว่าพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทที่มาสู่ประเทศไทยเนี่ยค่อนข้างจะเป็นอนุรักษ์นิยมก็คือจะไม่ตีความหรือว่าจะไม่เสนอความคิดที่ออกนอกกรอบไปจากพระไตรปิฎกซึ่งถือว่าเป็นคัมภีร์ชั้นต้นมากมายนักนะครับดังนั้นพุทธศาสนาในประเทศไทยจึงถือว่าเป็นพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทที่ศึกษาพุทธปรัชญาน้อยมากแต่ว่าพุทธปรัชญาที่ผมนำมาเสนอเนี่ยถือว่าเป็นหัวใจหลักของพุทธศาสนาคือเรื่องอริยสัจสี่ครับก็คือเรื่องทุกข์แล้วก็เหตุเกิดทุกข์แล้วก็หนทางแนวทางดับทุกข์แล้วก็วิธีทำให้ถึงความดับทุกข์ก็คือทุกข์สมุทัยนิโรธมรรคที่เราเข้าใจกันนะครับแล้วก็ผมก็ได้นำเสนอว่าพุทธศาสนาในประเทศไทยเนี่ยได้รับการยอมรับแต่ว่าแม้จะเป็นพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทที่ค่อนข้างจะมีการเปลี่ยนแปลงได้น้อยแต่ว่าพุทธศาสนาในประเทศไทยที่เป็นพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทก็มีการปรับเปลี่ยนนะครับคนไทยก็รับมาแล้วก็ปรับเปลี่ยนให้เข้ากับวิถีชีวิตแล้วก็กลายเป็นวิถีชีวิตของไทยเรียกว่าไทยบุดดิสต์ก็คือเป็นพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทแบบไทยผมก็ยกตัวอย่างที่เนื่องจากว่าทางมาดามท่านอยากจะให้พูดถึงประเพณีแห่เทียนพรรษาที่จังหวัดอุบลราชธานีโยงกับเรื่องพุทธปรัชญาด้วยผมก็เลยนำเสนอว่าพุทธปรัชญาหรือว่าพุทธศาสนาที่ได้รับการปรับเปลี่ยนให้เป็น local belief นะครับ mix with local belief ก็คือผสมผสานกับความเชื่อท้องถิ่นหรือว่าประเพณีวัฒนธรรมท้องถิ่นก็กลายเป็นประเพณีแห่เทียนเข้าพรรษาซึ่งแต่เดิมเนี่ยการจำพรรษาหรือเข้าพรรษาเป็นเรื่องของพระแต่ว่าตอนหลังมาแห่เทียนเนี่ยกลายเป็นประเพณีที่ชาวบ้านก็มาร่วมเฉลิมฉลองประเพณีนี้ร่วมกับพระและก็กลายเป็นประเพณีที่เชิดหน้าชูตาและประเพณีเด่นของจังหวัดอุบลราชธานีอันนี้ก็คือข้อมูลที่ผมนำเสนอครับI finished my presentation from this point. Thank you very much. So now I would like, as the moderator, I would like to invite the second speakers to present his paper. The second speaker is Venerable Dr. Pramaha Makawin Purisuttamo. Could you present your topics is Buddhist literature and manuscript. First, I would like to introduce Professor Dr. Pramaha Makawin Purisuttamo. Is the Vice President for Research and Innovation, the Research Center for Dhamma Sukha Pariyatthitham at Mahamakut Buddhist University. Pramaha Makawin, please.
Good evening มาดามอาจารย์สมบัติอาจารย์เชษฐ์อาจารย์สมบูรณ์ท่านอาจารย์แสงภัควดีรัตนะ Today I would like to talk with all of you about my topics. My topic is Buddhist literature and manuscripts on living a new way in the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic according to the teaching of the Dhammapada. Okay, Madam, this time is my first time talk with all of you because now I want to say many thanks Indian University, my university, Delhi University. Last time I saw my friend Ajahn Sheikh study in India, and then Ajahn Sombun is my friend MCU, Mahajula, Chulalongkorn Rajavitiyalai. Ajahn Sombat is my friend. He know about Bali and Buddhism very well. But now I want to say thank SVCC of India, Bangkok. Okay, my topics about Buddhist literature and manuscripts on living a new way in the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, according to the teaching of the Dhammapada. Last time Ajahn Sombat say with me, first you say in Thai, second you say in English. Okay, first I need to say in Thai. That's my topics วรรณคดีและคัมภีร์ต้นฉบับทางพระพุทธศาสนาซึ่งในวันนี้จะคุยในประเด็นเรื่องการใช้ชีวิตแบบใหม่ในสถานการณ์แพร่ระบาดโควิด -19 ตามแนวคำสอนในคัมภีร์ธรรมบททุกท่านคงทราบดีว่าคัมภีร์ธรรมบทเป็นชื่อของคัมภีร์หนึ่งใน15คัมภีร์ซึ่งปรากฏในพระสุตตันตปิฎกขุททกนิกายซึ่งเป็นพระไตรปิฎกฉบับที่25ฉบับที่25และในธรรมบทซึ่งแปลว่าบทแห่งธรรมนี้ในภาพรวมมีอยู่ทั้งหมด423บทและก็มีเรื่องราวอยู่ทั้งหมด302เรื่องแล้วก็มีทั้งหมดอยู่26วรรคในบรรดา26วรรคนี้วันนี้จะคุยในประเด็นเรื่องวรรคที่2ก็คืออัปปมาทวรรคก็คือวรรคแห่งความไม่ประมาทโดยเฉพาะจะยกในประเด็นเรื่องพระภิกษุรูปหนึ่งชื่อว่าพระติสสะซึ่งพระติสสะนี้ถือว่าเป็นเคสศึกษาที่ดีมากเพราะเกี่ยวข้องกับการใช้ชีวิตแบบเศรษฐกิจพอเพียงซึ่งเป็นเศรษฐกิจที่พระเจ้าอยู่หัวรัชกาลที่9ทรงเน้นย้ำและที่สำคัญมากวันนี้ที่ยกตัวอย่างพระติสสะเถระแล้วก็เท้าความไปถึงเรื่องปรัชญาเศรษฐกิจพอเพียงของพระเจ้าอยู่หัวรัชกาลที่9เพราะว่าเกี่ยวข้องกับสถานการณ์โควิด-19 ไวรัสเพราะว่าไวรัสตัวนี้ทำยังไงจึงจะให้เรารอดจากสถานการณ์ของความแพร่ระบาดของเชื้อนี้ก็เลยเสนออยู่3ประการก็คือเราต้องใช้โยนิโสมนสิการแล้วก็2เราต้องใช้ปรโตโคสะแล้วก็3เราก็ต้องใช้กัลยาณมิตตาคือนี้คือในภาพรวมที่เสนอในท็อปิกที่จะพูดในวันนี้ซึ่งท้ายที่สุดนี้นะครับมีวิดีโอจะซึ่งเป็นบทพรีเซนต์ของผมนะครับ please now I want to share to show my video about my topics Good evening, greetings to exclusive and all personnel of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Embassy of India, Bangkok, and the host and all speakers. Also, greetings to attend of today's online seminar program. It is a great honor for me myself
as a representative of Mahamangkut Buddhist University, MBU, that to have an opportunity to join this program and for visiting and declare more the doctrine of Buddhism in this seminar, as we have know well, the seminar is organized for the Vesak Day celebration this year. The topic that I will be present today is Buddhist literature and manuscript, which is about the content of the doctrine that the Lord Buddha said more than 2000 years ago. The Buddhist literatures and manuscripts will be spoken today. I would like to focus on living a new way in the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, according to the teachings of the Dhammapada. It is known that Dhammapada is the name of the scriptures, one of the 15 scriptures of the Sutta Pitaka section, Tipitaka, volume 25. In addition, the word Dhammapada means the chapter of the Dhamma, a collection of various chapters that the Lord Buddha spoke to various peoples. It is a short chapter in the form of a Santa Katha, a doctrine that can be remembered easily and has deeply performed. Dhammapada, there are 423 chapters with 302 stories. It is called a paragraph or subsection, which a total of 26 subsections. Right now, I would like to give some example of chapter 2, section 2, paragraph. The section of negligence, the content of this paragraph. The Lord Buddha taught us to do every good things in life without negligence, because all fairness is included in the precaution. Likewise, the footprints of all animals, they are included in the elephant's footprints. In this precaution category, there are 9 stories, including number 1, the story of Lady Samavati. Number 2, the story of Umbakosaka. Number 3, the story of Pajulapantaka Thela. Number 4, the story of Palanaksha. Number 5, the story of Pamahakasapa Thela. Number 6, the story of 2 monks. Number 7, Tausaka story, or the story of Tausaka. Number 8, the story of a monk. And number 9, the story of Patisathela, who is normally in the village. I would like to declare more on the 9th story, which is the story of Patisathela, who is normally in the village. This story contains the teaching that the Lord Buddha speaks of how to live without negligence, to live a sufficient life, and to have little or contentment. พระติสสเถระ was a contentment monk who is the society regards and admired as a model. As the Buddha said in Bali, อัปปมาทรโตภิกขุปมาเทพยทัสสิวาพระโพปริหานายะนิพพานเสวะสันติเก means the monks rejoice in their negligence, see the danger in carelessness, does not literalness from the past, and the result near the nirvana. The self-sufficiency line of Patisathela considered the philosophy of sufficiency economy. Since 1974, the King Bhumibol Adulyadej gave a speech to the Thai people. The Lord Buddha praised Patisathela, who lived without negligence. It is very consistent with the situation in Thai society and the world right now. Therefore, anyone in the world is suffering because of the epidemic situation of the COVID-19. Virus COVID-19 causing everyone in society who should not use their life as before, such as they cannot go where able to go, cannot eat what able to eat, cannot meet whomever they want to meet, so that they cannot live the same life anymore. If anyone in society continue to live the same life as before, there is a risk of being shot and dead by the COVID-19 at any time. Anyone in society should adopt the principle of precaution in their life. Methods for applying precaution in life during the situation of the COVID-19 epidemic are as follows. Number one, use yoniso manasikara. That is the use of intelligence in life at all times. Do not live as you please yourself. Number two, use palato posa, which include listening to news from various media carefully, not be frightened, and being conscious in their action at all times. Number three, to associate with people who are Kalyana Mittata, including people who do not interfere with various interests, such as people who like to gamble or who like to go to a legitimate place. Likewise, the news in Thai society, which is the cause of the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Therefore, on the occasion of the arrival of the Vesak Busha Day in this year, I would like to invite all of you to apply this doctrine of the Lord Buddha on non-negligence and apply in your life so that everyone will be safe forever. Before ending, I would like to thank the organizer of such a good seminar, and I wish you all be happy, healthy, and the most important thing is to be well and stay safe from the COVID-19.
Okay, finish my presentation อาจารย์สมบัติ
Yes, thank you very much, Pramaha Makawin Purusuttamo, the Vice President of Research and Innovation at Buddhist University, for your informative presentation for the Vesak Day and for the COVID-19 and for the how to live our life in the sufficient condition in accordance with the self-sufficient theory of King Bhumibol, King Rama the Ninth of Thailand. So now actually I was told to inform all speakers, but only some speaker I already informed. That is we would like you to present in English and then in Thai, or in Thai first and then in English. In Thai for just summarize your paper in Thai for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you can so that Thai audience can understand your presentation, because this webinar is only is also for Thai audience. It will be broadcast, or it will be live in Thai also, so in Thailand also. So please summarize your paper in Thai for 2 or 3 minutes. Now I would like to come to the next speaker, the third speaker, Phante Venerable Dr. Pramaha Somboon Wuttikaro. Pramaha Somboon Wuttikaro is the Dean of Graduate School at Mahachulalongkorn Buddhist University, Mahachulalongkorn Rajvidyalaya Buddhist University. He is very expert in philosophy, Buddhism, and many field of study. Now I would like to invite him to speak on the Buddhist psychology. Phante Somboon Wuttikaro, please. Phante, could you unmute yourself?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for introducing me. I'm very happy and very honored to join the webinar, the seminar. Thank you so much for the moderator, especially the Embassy of India, for organizing this very good seminar. Let me share my PowerPoint. The topic I'm going to talk today is Buddhism and psychology. In this topic, I will try to present how Buddhism and psychology have share main point, especially how Buddhism explain and try to understand human being, especially the question why we do what we do. The main question, I think this is the common question between Buddhism and psychology try to answer about, try to understand about the nature of human being. That is the question: why they do what they do? Why they do what they do? This is the main question. Please next. อาจารย์สมบัติ please next. Buddhism and psychology have multiple parallels and point of overlap. Both disciplines try to understand and explain human being based on the question why we do what we do. This is the question. In answering this question, both disciplines study human being in terms of their mind, behavior, emotion, cognition, perception, motivation, and so on. Buddhism is, as you know really well, Buddhism is human-centered religion. Human-centered religion. All the Buddha teaching is nothing but human being. So to study Buddhism, all the Buddha teaching in on volume of the Tipitaka, right? Thai version 45 volume contain nothing but the teaching about human being. To study Buddhism is to study human being, human life. Okay, next, Ajahn Sambat. This is as human-centered religion. Buddhism try to understand human being by analyzing, right? Or vipassha. A name of Buddhism is Vipasshavati, or the school of analysis. The school of analysis. This is the one name of Buddhism, Vipasshavati. So from this name, Buddhism try to analyze human life into the 5 components or the 5 aggregate of Panchakhanda. This is the 5 aggregate matter or a physical component like our body, our hand, our legs, and so on. Feeling or vedana in Pali, feeling. There are different type of feeling, like a present feeling, unpresent feeling, or neutral feeling. Tukha vedana. And perception in Pali, sanya perception, or can be translated memory. And this is the component of perception, the component of feeling, and mental formation, or sankhara in Pali, or mental activity. This is a really important component according to Buddhism, because from this component, it can cause us to be happy and unsatisfactory and consciousness or mind. Consciousness or mind. This is the analysis of human life. Feeling under the feeling, present feeling, and present feeling. Present feeling and neutral feeling. Rupa, we have a physical component, and our body, or rupa in Pali, or form, can be translated or form of materiality or matter. Vedana feeling, sanya perception. Sanya come from our experience, and then our mind memorize the previous experience. What we are now mostly come from the past experiences. Experiences can our experience or the past experience can decide the way we can influence the way we live our life. And the next component, mental formation or mental activity. Respond, yes. Among these 5 components, Buddhism holds that human mind or consciousness play a very important role as the leading factor. As the Buddha said, Chittang niyati logo, the world is led around by mind. The world is led around by mind. Or in Dhammapatha verse, Mano Upankhama Dhamma, on mental phenomena. On mental phenomena mean the other component, the other component accept consciousness. On mental or cetasika according to Pali, cetasika or mental factor, read aloud by mind. And go back, please go back. อาจารย์สมบัติ yes. On mental phenomena have mind as their forerunner, as their leader of forerunner. These two Pali verses show how our mind important according to Buddhism. Please next. Please next slide. Okay. Buddhism, the nature of mind. The nature of mind. Buddhism holds that human mind is pure by nature, or pakati citta in Pali. Pakati or pakariti in Sanskrit, same word. Pali pakati. Sanskrit pakariti, pakrit in Thai, prakriti, pakariti. Pakariti can be translated as nature. So according to the Pali text, in commentary by Venerable Puttakosa, he used the word for definition of the natural mind as pakati citta, or the mind is pure by nature. Its purity is just incoming defilements. Defilement mean kilesa in Pali. Incoming or visiting defilement, not just not the nature of mind, but it's just incoming defilement. As the Buddha said from Papasala Sutta, right? Papasala mitang pikkaveจิตตัง tanja ko akhantukehi upakilesahi upakiritang. Luminous monks is the mind, and it is defiled by incoming defilement. This shows the mind is luminous or radiant or pure by nature. It is defiled by incoming defilement. Incoming defilement is not the nature of mind. It's like a pure water. The pure water. The pure is the nature of water, but the dirty, right? The dirty or defilement, the impurity in the water, not the nature of mind, but it's just something the outside a thing that we put in the water, like a different color, like a red color, like a blue color, like a yellow color. We mix up in the water. So the color and the nature of water, different thing that we can clean, we can remove them from the water. It is the meaning of this, the Buddha word. And so next I would like to talk about if our mind is pure by nature, the question is how we suffer, how human beings suffer or be happy. According to Buddhism, our suffering and our happiness come from our perception, especially sense perception. We have, according to Buddhism, we have six senses. That is eye sense, ear sense, nose sense, tongue sense, body sense, and mind sense. Chakku sota, khana, chivaha, kaya, and vinyana. This is what we call six senses according to Buddhism. Our senses can, the way we perceive the external world, the way we perceive the external world can bring us happiness and suffering. Let me show this picture. This picture shows the two parts of the process of sense perception. Or I use the word here, cognitive process, right? We have the right hand, the left hand part, and the right hand part. The left hand part is called pure cognition or pure perception. For example, when our eye contact with a visible object, and we have mind on factor working together, right? We call contact or phassa according to Pali phassa. The combination or the contact of eyes, visible object, and mind on together called contact according to Buddhism, or phassa in Pali. The phassa, when phassa arise, it can give rise to feeling. Feeling mean vedana in Pali. The feeling is very important. Our feeling very important. It is what we call the turning point. The turning point. This is the turning point between the way of suffering and the way of end of suffering. So when we practice meditation, we try to control our cognitive process of sense perception. When we practice like a vipassana meditation or samatha meditation, calmness meditation, what we do, what we practice meditation. Actually, we try to develop our awareness and mindfulness, or sati sampachanya in Pali, sati sampachanya, so that we can use this quality, right? Quality of mind. Awareness and mindfulness is the quality of mind or mental factor, good mental factor or wholesome mental factor. If we develop this factor, we can use them to control our perception in such a way that our mind cannot give right to or condition the arising of the unwholesome perception. Take a look from the feeling, the cognitive process or sense process divided into two ways. This is called the turning point. The way of samsara according to Buddhism, the round of rebirth or the cycle of rebirth. Our feeling can lead to or give rise to the arising of craving or tanha. From tanha to attachment. From attachment, it can give rise to the suffering. This is the way that called the cycle of rebirth according to Buddhism, or samsara. The suffering and happiness, human suffering and human happiness, mostly come from their perception, cognitive perception. If we want to be happy, like if we want to get happiness, we should, according to Buddhist psychology, let me call Buddhist psychology, we should control our perception, right? How to control our perception? Because our mind is weak, not strong enough to control our mind, our perception. Mostly worldly people or ordinary people influenced by defilement like craving, right? Like attachment, like ignorant avijja. So they cannot make their mind happy, because their mind that influenced by the craving lead to the cycle of rebirth, the cycle of suffering, right? So according to Buddhism, if we want to be happy in the day-to-day life, the everyday life, we should train our mind, as the Buddha said in the Dhammapada verse, จิตตังทันตังสุขาวหัง จิตตังสันตังสุขาวหัง mean the well-trained mind bring happiness. In the opposite side, untrained mind bring suffering. The well-trained mind bring happiness. How to train our mind? How to train our mind? Please next slide. Please next. Okay. How to train our mind? Buddhism present the way to make our minds strong or better. That is the way that we call meditation. There are two types of meditation. The meditation for calmness is called samatha meditation or calmness meditation, tranquility meditation, and the second one, insight meditation. Two kinds of meditation support each other. We should start from practice meditation so that we can make our mind stable, strong, and peaceful. And then we upgrade so that it is the basis, the foundation of the insight meditation. This is the relationship between calmness meditation and insight meditation. We practice calmness meditation to be the foundation, the base of insight meditation. And the characteristic of calmness meditation is stability of mind, mental stability, mental strength, mental peace, something like that. But the characteristic of insight meditation is the wisdom, understanding, realization, knowledge, something like that. This is but we should practice both in the same way. When we practice calmness meditation and insight meditation more and more, again and again, our mind will be better and strong. We will have what we call mindfulness, right? Mindfulness and awareness, or in Pali, sati and sampachanya. These two factors we can use them to in the process, in the cognitive process or sense perception. We can live in the world, and we can live our life in the world with happiness. We can live in the present moment, right? Living in the present moment, here and now. If we can do like this, according to Buddhist psychology, our life will be happy and peaceful. This is my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much. ให้สรุปเป็นภาษาไทยไหม ควรใช่ไหมควรจะขอสรุปเป็นภาษาไทยสั้นๆว่า 2-3 นาทีอย่างที่อาจารย์สมบัตินำเสนอหัวข้อนี้ชื่อว่าพระพุทธศาสนากับจิตวิทยาผู้นำเสนอมองว่าหัวใจสำคัญของพระพุทธศาสนานั้นก็คือชีวิตของมนุษย์คำสอนในพระพุทธศาสนาทั้งหมดในพระไตรปิฎกทั้งหมด45ไม่มีอะไรเลยนอกจากพยายามที่จะตอบคำถามทำความเข้าใจว่าชีวิตของมนุษย์คืออะไรทำไมพวกเราถึงมีความสุขและทำไมพวกเราถึงมีความทุกข์แล้วคำตอบก็คือว่าก็เอาชีวิตของเรามาแยกออกเป็นองค์ประกอบย่อยๆต่างๆที่เรียกว่าขันธ์5หรือรูปนามขันธ์5รูปเวทนาสัญญาสังขารวิญญาณโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งปัจจัยที่สำคัญต่อความสุขและความทุกข์ของชีวิตมนุษย์ก็คือเรื่องของจิตหรือวิญญาณจิตเป็นปัจจัยที่สำคัญที่สุดดังที่พระพุทธเจ้าบอกว่าโลกอันจิตย่อมนำไปจิต เตนะนียติโลโกคำว่าโลกในที่นี้หมายถึงชีวิตขันธ์ห้าของเรานี่แหละมันถูกจิตเนี่ยเป็นตัวชักนำไปมันจะนำไปสู่ความทุกข์ก็ได้นำไปสู่ความสุขก็ได้หรือที่ตรัสว่ามโนบุพังเข้ามาธรรมาในบรรดาองค์ประกอบในขันธ์ห้าทั้งหลายทั้งปวงนั้นน่ะจิตเนี่ยเป็นผู้ออกนำหน้า forerunner นะเป็นผู้ออกนำหน้าเพราะฉะนั้นเมื่อจิตมีความสำคัญจึงให้ความสำคัญกับการพัฒนาจิตเมื่อพัฒนาจิตแล้วมันก็จะนำมาสู่ความสุขในชีวิตประจำวันของเราแล้วก็ธรรมชาติของจิตนั้นพุทธศาสนามองว่ามีความบริสุทธิ์หรือเป็นประภัสสรเรเดียนนะโดยธรรมชาติทุกคนมีธรรมชาติของจิตที่บริสุทธิ์สะอาดแต่กิเลสทั้งหลายที่มาทำให้เศร้าหมองเนี่ยเป็นเหมือนแขกที่มาเยือนเป็นบางครั้งบางโอกาสในการดำเนินชีวิตประจำวันนั้นเราไม่ได้หมายความว่าเราอยู่เฉยๆมันก็จะมีความสุขพุทธศาสนาบอกว่าจะต้องฝึกคำว่าทันตะแปลว่าฝึกหรือเทรนนิ่งต้องฝึกให้จิตของเราเข้มแข็งด้วยการฝึกสติและสัมปชัญญะเรียกว่า mindfulness และ awareness หลักของการฝึกก็คือเรื่องของกรรมฐาน meditation กรรมฐานก็มี2อย่างสมถกรรมฐานก็คือ calmness meditation แล้วก็วิปัสสนาธรรมฐาน insight meditation กรรมฐาน2อย่างนี้ถ้ามันฝึกฝนแล้วก็จะสามารถนำไปสู่ความสุขโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งความทุกข์ในชีวิตประจำวันของเรานั้นส่วนมากมาจากเรื่องของการรับรู้ทางอายตนะคือตาจหูจมูกลิ้นกายใจที่ว่า cognitive process หรือ sense perception เมื่อเรารับเสียงกลิ่นรสเข้ามาในตัวเราแล้วก็มักจะเอาไปคิดปรุงแต่งสร้างสรรค์ให้มันมีความยึดมั่นถือมั่นเป็นตัวกูของกูเป็นตัวเป็นตนแล้วก็จะเกิดความทุกข์มี I center มีตัวเราเป็นศูนย์กลางก็จะนำมาซึ่งความทุกข์เพราะฉะนั้นวิธีที่จะแก้ไขกระบวนการรับรู้ที่ทำให้เกิดความทุกข์อาการรับรู้นำไปสู่ความทุกข์ก็ได้นำไปสู่ความสุขก็ได้ถ้าเรารับรู้แบบตัณหามันก็จะนำไปสู่ความทุกข์ถ้ารับรู้แบบปัญญาและสติมันก็จะนำไปสู่ความสุขเพราะฉะนั้นหัวใจสำคัญของการปฏิบัติธรรมหรือ meditation กรรมฐานในพุทธศาสนาอยู่ที่การปฏิบัติต่อกระบวนการรับรู้ทางอายตนะของเรานั่นเองถ้าทำได้เช่นนี้เราก็จะสามารถดำเนินชีวิตอย่างมีความสุขในชีวิตประจำวันได้ขอจบไว้เพียงเท่านี้เจริญพร
Thank you very much, Dr. Prama Sumbun Wutikaro, the Dean of Graduate School, Chulalongkorn Rajvidyalaya Buddhist University, for your in-depth Buddhist psychology presentation and your summary in Thai language for Thai audience. It's very, very useful to practice. I'm very grateful to you for your presentation. And now I would like to invite the next speaker, my colleague at the Faculty of Archaeology, Dr. Chet Ting Sanchari. Dr. Chet is the associate professor or the professor to be because he already the professor and wait for professorship to allow. He is the associate professor at the Faculty of Archaeology, Silpakorn University. He is my colleague. He is very expert in art history and archaeology in India, in Thailand also. Today he will speak in the topic Buddhist art history and archaeology in India and Thailand. Professor Chet, please.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And firstly, I would like to say thank you to the Embassy of India for inviting me. Firstly, I will share the slide. So I will present by English and translate into Thai immediately. So because it is very difficult to to summarize later without the photo for the art historian. So I will speak on the short introduction to Buddhist art in Thailand, with specially focus on Indian linkage. Firstly, during the 5th to 7th centuries, it is a starting point of the historic period that Thailand, as well as the whole Southeast Asia, was initiated by the introductions of Indian religions, both Buddhism and Hinduism. Actually, during the 5th to 7th century, it corresponds to the time of the Gupta dynasty, and during that time, the shipwreck, the voyagers start coming out from India to the land beyond. The monks, Buddhist monks, Hindu Brahmins, and the merchants are three groups of Indians who migrated to Thailand and introduced Indian culture as well as religions to the indigenous people. While Hindu involved with royalties, including royal ceremonies like the ceremonies of coronations and so on, but Buddhists involved with mainly normal people. So this is the summaries of the arrival of Indian to ancient Thai territory นะครับที่พูดถึงในสไลด์เนี่ยผมพูดถึงว่าในช่วงศตวรรษที่11จนถึงศตวรรษที่13เนี่ยนะครับเป็นช่วงแรกที่คนอินเดียเนี่ยเดินทางเข้ามายังดินแดนเอเชียคเนย์นะครับโดยเฉพาะประเทศไทยเนี่ยนะก็ถือเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของเอเชียคเนย์นะครับก็ทั้งไม่ว่าจะเป็นทั้งศาสนาพุทธทั้งศาสนาฮินดูภิกษุนะครับพราหมณ์นะครับแล้วก็พ่อค้าเนี่ยเป็น3กลุ่มที่เดินทางเข้ามาในพื้นที่แถบนี้นะครับแล้วก็นำเอาไม่ว่าจะเป็นพุทธศาสนานะครับศาสนาฮินดูหรือว่าแม้แต่ภาษาหรือแม้แต่อะไรหลายๆอย่างเนี่ยเข้ามานะครับในขณะที่พราหมณ์ในศาสนาฮินดูเนี่ยมักจะเกี่ยวข้องกับราชสำนักพระราชพิธีต่างๆนะครับต้องบอกว่าช่วงนี้เนี่ยมันเป็นช่วงที่เปลี่ยนผ่านจากหัวหน้าเผ่าไปสู่กษัตริย์เพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยการยกหัวหน้าเผ่าให้มีความศักดิ์สิทธิ์เป็นกษัตริย์เนี่ยก็ต้องใช้พราหมณ์นะครับจากศาสนาฮินดูนะครับในขณะที่พระภิกษุเนี่ยนะครับเนื่องจากศาสนาพุทธเนี่ยมองว่าทุกคนเนี่ยเท่าเทียมกันเพราะฉะนั้นศาสนาพุทธเนี่ยจะไม่ได้รับใช้ราชสำนักมากเท่าศาสนาฮินดูนะครับก็จะเกี่ยวข้องกับคนทั่วไปมากกว่านะครับOkay, so now let's move to the imported Buddha images that we found in Thai territory. These are small Indian Buddhist artifacts which has been found throughout Thailand, including Buddha images from South India. This one, or Amaravati style. This is a small portable size of the image found from northern Thailand. It is small like this. It is about I think about 15 centimeters high, very small, and it's portable. So in my opinion, I think that South Indian people travel to Thailand carry this Buddha image for the private worship. And we have another Buddha image here. It's also very small. It's stone, but yet it's small, so it can be carryable from India to Thailand. The style is different. It belongs to Gupta style of Sarana school from UP, from Uttar Pradesh. It's dated to 5 to 6 centuries AD. You can notice the difference of the style. This one shoulder cover, one shoulder cover robe Buddha image. This one is both shoulder cover Buddha image. This one is full of folds for the robe, while another is a transparent one. So these are the difference of style that we can notice นะครับสำหรับสไลด์อันนี้เนี่ยนะผมแสดงภาพให้เห็นพระพุทธรูปองค์เล็กๆนะครับที่คนอินเดียเนี่ยนำมาที่ประเทศไทยนะครับอันนึงเป็นมาจากอินเดียใต้เราเจอที่ภาคอีสานนะครับอีกอันนึงเป็นพระพุทธรูปในศิลปะคุปตะจากอินเดียเหนือเราเจอที่ภาคใต้นะครับนะฮะก็มีขนาดเล็กมากคิดว่าคนพ่อค้าชาวอินเดียเนี่ยนำมาบูชาเป็นของส่วนตัวนะครับลักษณะศิลปะเนี่ยแตกต่างกันนะครับถ้าอินเดียใต้เนี่ยห่มเฉียงอินเดียเหนือห่มคลุมอินเดียใต้จีวรเป็นริ้ว นะครับส่วนอินเดียเหนือจีวรเรียบไม่มีริ้วนะครับ Okay now comes to the Dvaravati kingdoms. By 7 to 10 centuries, Buddhist kingdom of Dvaravati was established in central Thailand. During this period, Thailand witnesses the flourish of Indian style of Buddhism, possibly derived from both North and South India. Mahayana and Theravada schools were popular side by side. and the evidence of Buddhism are both schools are discovered not only in the form of Buddha images, but also in the form of stupas, the figures of bodhisattvas, and the views of the laws or dharma chakras นะครับอันนี้ ในระยะต่อมาเนี่ยนะครับอาณาจักรทวารวดีก็เกิดขึ้นนะครับราวพุทธที่12ถึง16นะครับคราวนี้ศาสนาพุทธเนี่ยไม่ได้มีแค่แบบเดียวนะครับมีทั้งพุทธเถรวาทมีทั้งพุทธมหายานนะครับมาจากทั้งอินเดียเหนือและอินเดียใต้นะแล้วก็อยู่ร่วมกันนะครับอยู่ร่วมกันแชร์พื้นที่ร่วมกันแม้ว่าเถรวาทเนี่ยอาจจะมีอิทธิพลที่มากกว่านะครับแต่ว่ามหายานเราก็เจอในทวารวดีนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยอันนี้เป็นตัวอย่าง so this is the examples of the Varavati style Dharmachakra or the view of the law that we found from Utong city is similar to Ashoka's one. The view symbolizes the movement or the way or the part of enlightenment นะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยธรรมจักรเนี่ยนะครับมันเกี่ยวข้องกับการหมุนวนการค้นพบหนทางไปสู่การบรรลุนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยด้วยเหตุนี้ล้อรถถึงถูกนำมาใช้เป็นสัญลักษณ์ทางพุทธศาสนานะครับเดี๋ยวเราจะลองดูสถาปัตยกรรมนะครับในศิลปะทวารวดี Now let's consider about the Varavati architectures that influenced Var in the night pre-12th centuries. The Varavati architectural style was highly influenced by both Buddhist and Hindu art alike from India, from South and the Eastern India. It can be assumed that architects of the ancient state expertly understood Indian arts, so that not only the structures but also the details of Thai architectural features look very similar to the original one. Khao stupas, as you see today, as you see now, is the wall of these stupas resembles to Indian architectures. The gigantic base is decorated with niches and moldings in Indian style, comparable to Pala art at Nalanda นะครับอันนี้เนี่ยเป็นภาพของสถูปที่ชื่อว่าเขาคลังนอกนะครับก็อยู่ที่สีเทพเนี่ยซึ่งมีลักษณะคล้ายคลึงกับศิลปะอินเดียมากถ้าโดยสรุปเนี่ยอยากจะบอกได้ว่าสถาปนิกชาวทวารวดีเนี่ยมีความรู้เรื่องศิลปะอินเดียดีมากเลยนะครับดีมากถึงขั้นบอกว่าสามารถที่จะจำลองแบบไม่ว่าจะเป็นลวดบัวลวดลายรายละเอียดเล็กๆน้อยๆมาจากศิลปะอินเดียโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งคล้ายมากเลยกับที่นาลันทานะครับในรัฐพิหารนะฮะเพราะฉะนั้นก็เป็นที่น่าสนใจนะครับว่าศิลปะทวารวดีเนี่ยคล้ายคลึงกับอินเดียมากนะฮะ so another stupa that we are going to speak is Prapaton JD. Prapaton JD, it is the stupas in the middle of ancient Nakhon Pathom city, is one of the most important cities in the Varavati kingdoms, and the stupa is also one of the best preserved stupa in the Varavati art. The stupa is dated to the 7th to 10th centuries, and the characters of the stupa are comparable to those in Pala art that I already mentioned before. It includes the square base. This is the square base, punctuated with a series of niches and pilasters. On the top, we have the later additions of the stupas that fulfilling the already lost original structures นะครับถ้าเกิดเจดีย์ที่อยากจะยกตัวอย่างองค์หนึ่งคือพระประโทนเจดีย์นะครับที่เมืองนครปฐมนะฮะก็เป็นเจดีย์นะครับที่มีอายุตั้งแต่ศตวรรษที่12ถึง16นะครับแล้วก็มีลักษณะคล้ายคลึงกับที่นาลันทาเหมือนกันนะครับที่ในศิลปะปาละนะครับในหลายแง่นะครับนะบางแง่จะไม่เหมือนบางแง่จะเหมือนนะครับที่เหมือนกันเนี่ยก็คือการมีเรือนธาตุขนาดใหญ่นะครับซึ่งมีประดับด้วยเสาติดผนังนะครับ pilaster แปลว่าเสาติดผนังนะครับแล้วก็ niches แปลว่าซุ้มจารณำนะครับแต่ด้านบนเนี่ยหักหายไปแล้วก็มีเจดีย์รุ่นหลังถูกสลักขึ้นนะครับสร้างขึ้นอยู่ข้างบนนะครับ The Varavati Buddha images that we are going to speak in the next topic. The standing Buddha image of the Varavati school is discoverable from central and northeastern Thailand. The North Indian Gupta and Vakataka characters are noticeable from the transparent robe and both shoulder cover robe. This is the transparent both shoulder cover robe with the characters of Gupta and Vakataka, as you have seen a lot at Sarnath as well as at Ajanta caves in Maharashtra. So the gesture of the Buddhas follows the iconography of Indian art, either Varada Mudra, this is a Varada Mudra or the gesture of giving boons, or Vitaraka Mudra. Vitaraka Mudra is a gesture of teachings. ครับอันนี้เป็นตัวอย่างของพระพุทธรูปในศิลปะทวารนะครับคล้ายคลึงกับศิลปะกุปตวกาตกะมากเลยนะครับรวมไม่ว่าจะเป็นลักษณะของจีวรนะครับที่ริบางเรียบไม่มีริ้วหรือท่าทางนะครับที่เราเรียกว่ามุทราในภาษาสันสกฤตเนี่ยนะครับมุทราหนึ่งที่กำลังแสดงในภาพนี้ก็คือวรธมุทราหรือปางประทานพรนะครับ Okay, another Buddha image that we are going to speak is the sitting Buddha at Khao Ngu in Rajpuri province. Consider the sitting Buddha image of the Varavati school. Rock cut sculptures at Khao Ngu in Rajpuri province is the evidence of the relations to Ajanta and Ellora. The sitting posture with pendant legs are one of the most popular sitting posture as being found at Ajanta and Ellora. And we found the inscriptions of Pallava scripts near the leg of the Buddhas also testifying the influence of Indian language systems in ancient Thailand นะครับอันนี้เป็นพระพุทธรูปที่เขางูนะครับจังหวัดราชบุรีซึ่งนั่งท่าห้อยพระบาทนะครับคล้ายคลึงกับพระพุทธรูปที่ถ้ำอชันตาเอโรล่านะครับยกมือขึ้นในปางที่เรียกว่าวิตรกะนะครับมุทรานะครับหรือปางสั่งสอน so this is a gesture called vitaraka gesture or the gesture of preaching while he is sitting with leg pendants which is similar to the ones at Ajanta and Ellora. The one of these sittings Buddha with serpent hooves is also one of the interesting topic. The Buddha image of the Buddhist school with the protections of serpents is of one of the most popular iconography. The belief of Nagas has been shared by Indians as well as the indigenous alike. This kind of iconography have been continued by the time from the ancient time till nowadays till Ayutthaya and Bangkok period. We still have this kind of iconographies. The style of Dorothy Buddha image is similar to that of Gupta Vakataka school of art, including transparent robe that I already mentioned. Whereas the dhyana gesture is the meditative gesture. It's largely linkable to the South Indian school of art. นะครับโอเคอันนี้เรากำลังพูดถึงพระพุทธรูปนาคปรกนะครับพระพุทธรูปนาคปรกเนี่ยนะเป็นการนำเอาความเชื่อของคนอินเดียที่นับถืองูเนี่ยมาผสมกับพระพุทธรูปนะครับเราเจอทั้งอินเดียเจอทั้งศิลปะไทยและศิลปะไทยเนี่ยยังคงสืบทอดมาถึงปัจจุบันเลยนะครับคราวนี้พระพุทธรูปปางเนี่ยนะครับแม้ว่าจีวรเนี่ยจะคล้ายคลึงกับศิลปะคุปตะแต่ว่าท่าทางที่ทำปางสมาธิเนี่ยดูคล้ายกับศิลปะอินเดียใต้มากกว่านะครับOkay, let's move from the Varavati to Srivijaya Kingdom in the South Thailand. In South Thailand during the 6th to 10th centuries, Mahayana Buddhist culture reached its zenith under the kingdom of Srivijaya. Buddhist art of this period affiliated both Indians as well as Javanese art of Indonesia. Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, is the most popular figures to be worshipped during this period. The Avalokiteshvara sculpture has been found in southern Thailand follow the Indian style. So this is the examples of the early Srivijayan style, which shown as the simply dressed icons without ornaments. As per Gupta style, you can notice that on the head, on the chignons of the image, we have the small Amitabha figures, the effigies on his hair, while on his shoulder we have the antelope skin here. However, the latter styles become more decorative. Jewels, large features on the body influenced by the Pala arts of Eastern India. This is the latter style of Srivijaya art. We have fully decorated visuals, sculptures here, which is different from the earlier style. นะครับอันนี้เป็นผมกำลังพูดถึงทางภาคใต้ของประเทศไทยเนี่ยเรามีพระโพธิสัตว์ที่ได้อิทธิพลมาจาก ศิลปะฝ่ายมหายานในจำนวนมากนะครับแสดงว่าทางภาคใต้ไทยเนี่ยนิยมพุทธศาสนามหายานมากกว่าภาคกลางประเทศไทยนะครับเราพบพระโพธิสัตว์อวโลกิเตศวนทั้งที่แบบเรียบๆคล้ายคลึงกับศิลปะกุปตะนะครับแล้วก็แบบที่เต็มไปด้วยเครื่องแต่งกายเต็มด้วยเพชรพลอยเนี่ยซึ่งคล้ายคลึงกับศิลปะปาละแสดงว่าศิลปะศรีวิชัยเนี่ยมี2ระยะคือระยะแรกที่ปราศจากเครื่องตกแต่งแล้วก็เต็มไปด้วยเครื่องตกแต่งในระยะหลังนะครับเราสังเกตดูว่าผมชี้ดูเนี่ยอันนี้คือพระอมิตภะนะครับพระพุทธเจ้าประจำพระโพธิสัตว์อวโลกิเตศวนเนี่ยประทับอยู่บนมวยผมนะครับซึ่งเป็นสัญลักษณ์ของพระองค์นอกจากนี้ยังมีหนังเดียงผาที่พาดอยู่ที่ไหล่นะครับซึ่งเป็นสัญลักษณ์ของนักบวชนะฮะโอเคafter that, by 10 to 12 centuries, now we come to consider the Buddha image of Khmer art in Thailand. After the decline of the Varavati, followed by the occupation of Khmer Empire during the 10 to 12 centuries, Indian Buddhism was declined from the regions. However, the connections between Khmer Buddhism and the late Palathantic Buddhism of Eastern India still continue. Some Buddha images of this period remind us to the Eastern Indian ones, including the pointed crown of the Buddha of Khmer art that found in Thailand. Like this is the pointed diadems that decorate the head of the Buddha with similar to the late Pala style, as well as the lotus base beneath the Buddha's seat. This is also connectable to Pala style. นะครับอันนี้ผมพูดมาถึงว่าเมื่อวันที่16ถึง18เนี่ยนะครับทวารวดีก็เปลี่ยนมือนะครับพื้นที่แถบนี้เปลี่ยนมือไปอยู่ภายใต้การปกครองของเขมรนะครับแม้ว่าพุทธศาสนาแบบอินเดียเนี่ยจะเสื่อมหายไปแต่ว่าพุทธศาสนาแบบเขมรซึ่งมีความเกี่ยวข้องกับปาละนะครับมีความเกี่ยวข้องกับอินเดียเนี่ยก็ยังคงอยู่แล้วก็ได้รับอิทธิพลแบบตันตระเนี่ยเข้ามาอย่างมากมายเลยโดยเฉพาะอย่างนี้พระพุทธรูปซึ่งมีการทรงเครื่องโดยใช้เสิร์ธแหลมๆนะครับที่มีแผ่นตาบแหลมๆเนี่ยที่ภาษาไทยเรียกว่าเสิร์ธขนนกเนี่ยประดับอยู่บนมวยผมนะครับโอเคนะครับ so now let's talk the last slide about the copy of Mahabodhi Temple in Chiang Mai. After the decline of Buddhist and Hindu period in India, Thai-speaking people occupied the nowadays Thailand and established several kingdoms along Jopraya River. These peoples believe in Theravada Buddhism's influence from Sri Lanka, not India. Okay, because during that time, India has been passed in the hand of Muslim kings, Muslim sultans. So the connections with India declined after the 12th centuries. However, some Thai kings, for example, King Tilokaraj of Lana Kingdoms, ordered to trace back to the original Buddhism by sending some architects to Bodh Gaya in order to replicate Mahabodhi temples, the most important Buddhist pilgrim site to its capital, Chiang Mai. โอเคนะครับคราวนี้เนี่ยพุทธศาสนาแบบอินเดียเนี่ยก็ยิ่งเสื่อมหายไปอีกเมื่ออินเดียตั้งแต่หลังพุทธที่18ต้นมาถูกเปลี่ยนมือนะครับไปอยู่ภายใต้การปกครองของชาวมุสลิมนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยตอนนี้เนี่ยทางประเทศไทยเนี่ยนะครับตอนนี้เนี่ยมีคนกลุ่มที่พูดภาษาไทยเนี่ยครองอำนาจอยู่นะครับหลายอาณาจักรเนี่ยก็หันไปสนใจพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทจากศรีลังกาแทนนะครับความสัมพันธ์กับอินเดียก็เสื่อมหายไปนะครับอย่างไรก็ตามเนี่ยมันมีอยู่เคสเดียวนะครับที่น่าสนใจมากเลยก็คือตอนที่พระเจ้าติโลกราชแห่งอาณาจักรล้านนาเนี่ยส่ง architects ก็คือส่งสถาปนิกเนี่ยส่งคนที่ช่างที่มีความรู้เนี่ยนะครับไปจำลองแบบพุทธคยานะครับมาที่วัดมหาโพธินะครับหรือว่าที่พุทธคยาซึ่งมีวิหารมหาโพธิ์เนี่ยนะครับมาที่เชียงใหม่เพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยถ้าเกิดว่าดูลักษณะศิลปะเนี่ยดูคล้ายกันมากเลยนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นศิขระทรงสี่เหลี่ยมคางหมูนะครับแล้วก็มียอดเล็กๆอยู่5ยอดนะครับอย่างนี้นะโอเค so in conclusions after the introductions of Buddhism from India to the regions the Varavati, Sri Vijaya and Khmer kingdoms which are the school of art flourished in present-day Thailand, adapted Buddhist art in their own style, both stylistically and iconographically. Stupa Buddha images, Bodhisattva images, as well as the copies of Indian Buddhist pilgrim site, are amongst the evidences indicating the close linkage between India and Thailand from 6th centuries until nowadays นะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยเขาขอสรุปว่านะฮะหลังจากที่ศาสนาพุทธเนี่ยได้เข้ามาเนี่ยนะครับจากอินเดียเนี่ยนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นทวารวดีศรีวิชัยหรือแม้แต่คแมร์หรือแม้แต่อาณาจักรเขมรเนี่ยก็มีความสัมพันธ์ใกล้ชิดกับศิลปะอินเดียนะครับอย่างมากเลยคือจริงๆแล้วศาสนาเนี่ยเป็นตัวนำที่ทำให้ศิลปะเนี่ยวิ่งเข้ามาตามนะครับวิ่งเข้ามาตามแล้วก็ไม่ว่าจะเป็นทั้งรูปแบบนะครับทางด้านคติเนี่ยมันยังฝังรากไว้อยู่แม้กระทั่งปัจจุบันเนี่ยมันยังมีรากของมันอยู่นะครับนะฮะไม่ว่าจะเป็นพระพุทธรูปนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นเจดีย์ไม่ว่าจะเป็นหรือแม้แต่การก๊อปปี้พุทธคยานะครับไม่ใช่เฉพาะพระเจ้าติโลกราชเท่านั้นแม้แต่ปัจจุบันก็มีการก๊อปปี้พุทธคยามาเป็นจำนวนมากเลยนะครับก็คือแสดงให้เห็นว่าไอ้ linkage หรือความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างไทยกับอินเดียเนี่ยมันยังใกล้ชิดกันอยู่นะครับแม้กระทั่งปัจจุบันSo that is the end of my presentation. Hope that you get the idea of the linkage, the artistic linkage between India and Thailand from my short presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shet Tingsanchari, for your informative presentation, and this give us more and more information and understanding about the linkage between India and Thailand in the term of art history and archaeology. Thank you very much. And now let's move to the next speaker. The next speaker is Venerable Dr. Seng Huong. Dr. Seng Huong is the Assistant to Rector for Foreign Affairs of Mahachuralongkorn Rajvidyalaya Buddhist University. Dr. Seng Huong is the expert in Buddhist, so many fields of Buddhism. Today he will talk about the Buddhist maritime trade. Pante, Dr. Seng Huong, please.
Good evening, all of my brother and sister in Burma. So I would like to thank to India Ambassador to Thailand and Swami Culture Center for organizing international conference in order to remark Vesak Day or on the full moon day in the coming 2026. So I'm appreciative for all of you to organize such an events. So my name is Venerable Sang Huong. I'm coming from Shan State or Thai Yai, and I've been appointed as an assistant to lecturer for foreign affairs of MCU. So I'm going to talk about the Buddhist maritime trade. So this topic is quite interesting and huge. Whatsoever, I try my best to make the audience understand what the Buddhist maritime trade. But before I'm going to talk about Buddhist maritime trade, let me have introduced Buddhism in India. So without introducing Buddhism, we cannot understand what is the Buddhist maritime. So let me introduce briefly before Buddhism appeared. So in India is the largest and biggest country, and before the Buddha, they have a Hindu values civilization about 1,000 years periods. And second one's Vedic periods about 700 years in India. And Upanishad periods about 400 years. So before the Buddha appeared more in India, there were nearly 3,000 years. So then the Buddha appeared on the 6th BC. So in India is, as I said, the bigger country and rich tradition and culture and religions. And not only that, but also export to the many countries, since the ancient time to present time. And so in a 6th BC, the Buddha appeared as we aware this. So during the Buddha time, he spends many time to spread his teaching. As we understood that in India, during the lifetime of the Buddha, we can see 7 or 16 kingdom of India. We can say United Kingdom of India, not United of UK, not United of USA. We can see United Kingdom of India. Those kingdoms, you can see Kosambi Kingdom, Avanti Kingdom, Kosala Kingdom, Magadha Kingdom, Vesadi Kingdom, and so on. Those kingdoms are quite different language and culture and tradition. So the Buddha tried the best and to take his teaching to spread all the state among different culture and religion and language. So we can say that the Buddhism spread in India, you can see at a Buddhist maritime trade. It is at the lifetime, and not this is within in India. Within India, in the outside of India, we can say during the lifetime of the Buddha, the Buddha came to Thailand. We can see and Buddha Chambo, and in Thailand, and Buddha we can say Buddha Prince. We can say in Sri Lanka, Buddha Pada. It means that the Buddha came to Sri Lanka and he leave the footprint of Buddha or Siripada. In Burma, we can say Suchitra. So during the lifetime of the Buddha came to in Southeast Asia, mean the Buddhist spread time during the time of the Buddha. This according to local or tradition belief that, but for the it's we can say unofficially. Unofficially, we can say Buddhist maritime trade to the Asia and South Asia during Asoka period on the 3rd BC. On the 3rd BC, during Asoka, we can say Buddhism spread in Asia and South Asia unofficially. On the 6th kingdom or some in the kingdom can be in India. Some kingdom or some country can be outside of India. You can see many arguments say that sometimes is one scholar said that Suvarnabhumi we belong to Thailand. Some say that we can say Suvarnabhumi airport, but many scholars argue that. But we can say Suvarnabhumi the land of golden color people, the golden land. So the Asian people is the skin of their people, skin color is golden people, golden skin. So we can say not only not only in Thailand, but also the other Asia, and can be say Cambodia, Sumatra Island, so Burma, and other country. We can say Suvarnabhumi, not only Thailand, but also the other country. So this 9 mission sent by the Asoka king, and I say that officially Buddhism made a trying trade to Asia and South Asia officially. And second route, we can see sea route and land route. Land route is okay, finished. And for the sea route, in the Nalanda, according to history record or saying that Nalanda University is a learning Buddhist center in the ancient time about the 6 or 7 AD, especially in the 6 AD, many Buddhist monks from Asia and South Asia study there for Buddhist education. Some monks coming from China or from Thailand, and some monks from Indonesia, they learn Buddhist study in Nalanda University. After educate or finish education from Nalanda University, then they go back their home country. So they use by the some monks they use by the sea route or land route. Sea route from Indonesia, monk they can cross to the Indian Ocean by the sea route. For the China, they can use the land route across to the Himalaya mountain and close to the China. So we can say that Buddhist maritime trade to the Asia and South Asia, we can see sea route and land route. So I have no doubt that many scholars accept that. So Buddhism spread to Asia and South Asia by the Buddhist monks and merchants through the sea route and land route. So for the until today, we can see many Buddhist traditions in Asia and South Asia coming from the land route and sea route. So we can say in Thailand we can say Sri Lankan Buddhism, or Cambodian Buddhism, mixed with Buddhism, or we can say or Hinduism. So mixed with Buddhist religion before embrace from India or Cambodia and Sri Lankan Buddhism along 1280 during Sukhothai periods, or then Sukhothai period and Ayutthaya period in 1680. So Thai we can say first they embrace Mahayana Buddhism or Sanskrit Buddhism from the Indonesia and Cambodia, and second one from Sri Lanka. And this is for the Cambodia, that's the same. First they embrace from the Mahayana or Sanskrit and Theravada Buddhism. Can see in Burma also the same. They embrace Buddhism from Theravada Buddhism during the time of the Buddha. This is according to local tradition by the landlord from the two merchants. So the Buddha and Panika, they pay a visit to the Buddha during the time of the Buddha, and the Buddha offer egg hair lilies to two merchants named the Buddha and Panika. Then they receive hair lilies and enshrine 6 hair lilies to the Shwetakon Pagoda, and another 2 hair lilies enshrined to the Bodhatong Pagoda. So this is according to Burmese or local tradition belief that in Buddhism came to Burma, so it's a Buddhist maritime trade for the merchants, not only the merchant but also for the Buddhist monk. And for that, you can see Sri Lanka does the same. This Sri Lanka, there is embrace Buddhism during the time of the Buddha by the landlord, because of the Buddha pay a visit Sri Lanka, as I said, as I mentioned, Siribata mountain. So mean the Buddha came to visit Sri Lanka and keep Buddha print. So there, so still local people believe that the Buddha pay a visit Sri Lanka during the time of the Buddha. Then Buddhist in Sri Lanka Buddhism, they embrace Buddhism like the Buddhist maritime by trade. So I can give my conclusion that Asia, in South Asia, receive Buddhism can be two way. One is Buddhist coming from the sea route, and another one is coming from by the land route. And so we can see Buddhism, Sri Lanka can see today Sri Lankan Buddhism, Burmese Buddhism, Thai Buddhism, Lao Buddhism, or Cambodian Buddhism. Quite the name are different, but the original one is coming from India. So this is my summary. So thank you for everyone who get involved for organizing international seminar to remark Vesak Day, and I wish you with a Triple be with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Seng Heung from Mahachulalongkorn Rajvidyalaya Buddhist University for your valuable presentation about the maritime route and maritime trader, like the trader in the ancient textbook of Buddhism, the Pusha Paliga. Very informative presentation. Thank you very much, Pante. And now we move to the last speaker, Dr. Phakdikul Ratana. Dr. Phakdikul Ratana is a lecturer in the Faculty of Education, Chiang Mai University, Chiang Mai Province in the north of Thailand. She is also acting assistant to the Dean for International Relations Affairs, Faculty of Education in Chiang Mai University also. Today, she would speak on the topic that is the Buddhist tour circuit in India and Thailand, because she has a lot of experience in this tourism industry. So now may I invite Dr. Phakdikul Ratana, please.
Okay, thank you very much for introducing me. Okay, do you hear me? Oh, okay. Respect Madam Director and the scholars. Hello everyone. Namaskaran ka. Namaste and sawadee ka. It's an honor for me today to deliver my presentation. First of all, I would like to thank to the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Embassy of India, for hosting this webinar. The topic of my presentation is Buddhist tour circuit in India in Thailand. May I share my presentation in video presentation? Okay. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Phakdikul Ratana from the Faculty of Education, Chiang Mai University. Today, I'm going to talking about the Buddhist tour circuit in India and Thailand. First of all, I will be presenting about Buddhism by following the footsteps of the Buddha. Then, I will talk about what is Buddhist circuit in India and how it is important to Thai pilgrims and tourists. After that, I will talk about the Buddhist circuit in Thailand or the zodiac temples. And finally, I will look at some possible benefits of the religious tourism or pilgrimage tourism. Are you ready? Let's go traveling. India is one of the world's great reservoirs of history, cultures, philosophies, and religions. Global interest to visit and experience these assets puts India amongst the most desired destinations for tourists and pilgrims. Buddhism has now been established across almost every continent. About 488 million Buddhists worldwide represent 7% of the world's total population, making Buddhism the fourth largest religion in the world. Buddhism has evolved into three major branches, Mahayana, Theravada, and Vajrayana. Despite of regional variations and different schools of thinking, Buddhism has retained its unique identity. Buddha's disciples spread Buddhism beyond the borders of India to Southeast Asia, where these ideas have played a major role in shaping culture and traditions. The slide shows various regions of Southeast Asia and their affiliation with particular branch. Mahayana, the most widely accepted form, is concentrated in China, Japan, South Korea, and Vietnam. Theravada Buddhism, the second largest branch, is concentrated in countries such as Thailand, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Laos, and Cambodia. Vajrayana Buddhism, the smallest of the three major branches, is concentrated in Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, and Mongolia. Buddhism is one of the major religions of the world, finds its roots in northeastern India. Siddhartha Gautama, or Buddha, was teaching laid the founding stone for a new line of thinking called Buddhism. Lord Buddha was born in Lumpini, Nepal, getting married and renunciation only announced the throne at the age of 79. Buddha wandered through the modern-day states of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar in India. His footsteps covered nearly 1,000 kilometers stretched from the east to the west. Tripitaka, or the ancient Buddhist scriptures, provides us with the insight of the Buddha's journey. After many years of meditation, Buddha attained enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. Following his enlightenment, Buddha traveled to Sarnath, where he delivered his first sermon. Buddha established his first disciples, or Sangha, here to promote his new doctrine. Buddha is believed to have traveled to Nalanda several times during his life. Kushinagar, in modern day, is in eastern Uttar Pradesh, is believed to be the final resting place of Lord Buddha. He delivered his last sermon here, and the place is honored as the site of Buddha's Mahaparinirvana, or freedom from the circle of birth and death. Since Buddha's journey covered a wide area of the Gangetic plain and was later spread to Southeast Asia through his disciples. So, Buddhism encompasses diverse and vibrant practice and tradition. What is a Buddhist circuit? The Buddhist circuit is a route that follows the footsteps of the Buddha. Or we can say the holy places of Buddhism, where Lord Buddha was born and he taught, preached, and attained enlightenment and nirvana. This iconic route only includes places where the Buddha spent time, and these sites, all of which are over 2,500 years old, are among the most significant and revered for all Buddhists. The circuit connects Nepal, Bihar, Varanasi, and Andhra Pradesh. The circuit distance is approximately 1,000 kilometers. In India, Buddhist circuit is in Bodh Gaya, Vaishali, and Rajagriha in Bihar, Sarnath in Varanasi, Sravasti and Kushinagar in Andhra Pradesh. All these are the main pilgrimage centers for Buddhism in India. The Buddhist circuit is an important pilgrimage destination for the 450 million practicing Buddhists, as well as travelers who are interested in history, culture, or religion from all over the world. The relationship between India and Thailand is deep-rooted, long-standing, and multidimensional, ranging from the ties among the people and business. Indian culture has played an integral role in influencing many aspects of Thailand, including religion, ceremonies, language, literature, and food. In terms of religion, Theravada Buddhism is believed to be the first form of Buddhism to be introduced in Thailand around the 3rd century BC. Since then, Buddhism has influenced cultural practice in Thailand. Buddhism is the main religion followed in Thailand. Today, over 95% of Thailand's population practice Theravada Buddhism. Extensive on the data, it found that Thai pilgrims and tourists visit Buddhist pilgrimage in India every year. The tourist season in the Buddhist circuit lasts from October to March. Number of Thai pilgrims travel in Buddhist circuit is 17,000 in 2015 and increased to 80,000 in 2016. Thai pilgrims are the 4th largest number after Taiwan, Sri Lanka, and Myanmar. The main pilgrimage sites for the Thai pilgrims to follow the Buddhist circuit are Lumpini in Nepal, where Buddha was born, Bodh Gaya in Bihar, where Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, Sarnath in Uttar Pradesh, where Buddha delivered his first sermon, and Kushinagar in Uttar Pradesh, where Buddha passed away into Nirvana. In addition, there is a recommendation from the Thai embassy in India, said that visiting the pilgrimage sites in the land of Buddhism, it may not a comfortable travel. Thai pilgrims must have high faith and be ready to face hardships. Being prepared and study information is a necessity, and it will help the pilgrims achieve their intent result. There are other Buddhist circuits and Buddhist destinations in India where Thai pilgrims and travelers are interested in visiting. For instance, Nalanda and Rajgir in Bihar, where Buddha lived and taught, and Nalanda in particular became the center of Buddhist learning and teaching. Kapilavastu on India and Nepal border. Kapilavastu is deeply endowed with the Buddha's origins. It is believed that Buddha spent his first early years here before embarking on the long journey to enlightenment. Vaishali in Bihar, where Buddha's last sermon delivered. Shavasti in Uttar Pradesh, where Buddha spent 24 rainy seasons retreat here at the Jetawan Monastery. Ajanta Cave, the rock-cut Buddhist cave monuments in Maharashtra. Ladakh, where follows the Mahayana and Vajrayana schools. Let's now move on to the part of Buddhist circuit in Thailand. In Thai tradition, Thai people observe the lunar calendar. The birthdays and anniversaries are celebrated in 12-year cycle linked to the signs of the zodiac. Similar to the Chinese zodiac, there are 12 animals, each representing a year. The year of rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, serpent, or dragon in Chinese zodiac, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig, or elephant in Lana zodiac. For Thai people, the completion of each 12-year cycle is important because it brings them back to their birth year animal. It used to be the case in Thailand that birthdays were not celebrated unless they were special ones that coincided with the 12-year cycle, particularly the 12th and 60th birthday. However, things change, and present days, the new generation of Thai people increasingly celebrate annual birthday rather than just those that fall on a 12-year cycle. Similarly, a 30, 40, 50 birthday or anniversary is also likely to see at that celebrations, just as they would in the West. There are also several temples which have extra significance for Thai people, mainly located in the upper north of Thailand. Each temple has associations with the Lord Buddha. He either visits those temples or the temples carrying the Buddha's relics, and are now linked with a specific animal of the zodiac. Many Thai people will make a special effort to visit their sacred birth year temple at least once in their lifetime, especially if it falls during a 12-year birthday cycle, because it is believed to bring extra merit and good luck. For example, Wat Phra Thát Dai Jom Thong in Chiang Mai is associated with the year of the rat. Wat Phra Thát Dai Suthep in Chiang Mai is associated with the year of the goat. Wat Phra Thát Hari Phun Chai in Lamphun is associated with the year of rooster. And Wat Phra Thát Che Heng in Nan is associated with the year of rabbit. Please take a look at the Buddhist circuit in Thailand and kindly consider the special pilgrimage to visit your own zodiac temple on the next visit. As a final point, I would like to talk about the benefits of the religious tourism. Religious tourism or pilgrimage tourism can play a role in enhancing a country's soft power. It connects people and places and immerses visitors in other cultures. It also helps communicate cultural and governance attributes that make a country admirable. According to the large number of Thai people visits India Buddhist pilgrimage, and this serves as a common share link between the two nations. It contributes the revenue and economic benefits, for example, creating local jobs and incomes, also improving quality of local life. It engages the alternative development model like a sustainable tourism, which maintain a high level of tourist satisfaction and ensure the meaningful experience to the tourists. It also empowers the smart trans-ASEAN Buddhist circuit, and it develops the physical environment surrounding the pilgrimage sites. Not only the religious institutions and holy sites, but also the religiously oriented business and facilities, such as souvenir shops, restaurants, and hotels. Thank you for your attention. And now I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Hello, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for your attention. And now I would like to summarize my presentation in Thai. Okay, สวัสดีค่ะประเทศอินเดียนะคะเป็นประเทศที่เป็นต้นกำเนิดของหลายศาสนาที่สำคัญก็อย่างเช่นศาสนาพราหมณ์ฮินดูเชนรวมถึงศาสนาพุทธด้วยนะคะสังคมอินเดียจึงเป็นสังคมที่เปิดกว้างยอมรับความแตกต่างในการถือศาสนาที่ต่างกันสำหรับอินเดียแล้วนะคะคนไทยเรามองว่าอินเดียเป็นประเทศที่สำคัญในฐานะที่เป็นดินแดนแห่งพุทธภูมินะคะเป็นดินแดนที่เกิดเหตุการณ์สำคัญทางพุทธศาสนาหลายเหตุการณ์นะคะโดยเฉพาะยิ่งที่เกี่ยวข้องกับพุทธเจ้านะคะคือพระองค์สมเด็จพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าเนี่ยทรงประสูติที่เมืองลุมพินีนะคะปัจจุบันนี้คือประเทศเนปาลเนี่ยนะคะทรงตรัสรู้ที่พุทธคยารัฐพิหารทรงแสดงปฐมเทศนาที่สารนาถนะคะแล้วก็ปรินิพพานที่กุสินาราหรือรัฐประเทศสถานที่ทั้ง4นี้นะคะสัมพันธ์กับพระพุทธเจ้านะคะโดยพระพุทธองค์เนี่ยได้กล่าวไว้ว่าถ้าหากว่าอยากจะระลึกถึงพระองค์นะคะสามารถไปสถานที่ที่เกี่ยวข้องกับพระองค์ได้ซึ่งตรงนี้นี่เองนะคะมองว่ามันคือ Buddhist Tour Circuit นั่นเองหรือว่าในภาษาไทยเราจะเรียกว่าเป็นสังเวชนียสถานซึ่งเป็นสถานที่ที่คนไทยนะคะที่ต้องการไปจาริกแสวงบุญหรือว่านักท่องเที่ยวหรือผู้ที่สนใจศาสนาทางประวัติศาสตร์สามารถเดินทางไปกันได้นะคะอย่างที่แจ้งเรียนไปใน presentation นี่คือจริงๆแล้วก่อนหน้าจะเกิดสถานการณ์โควิด -19 เนี่ยคนไทยเราเดินทางกันทุกปีนะคะแล้วก็เดินทางระหว่างเดือนตุลาถึงเดือนมีนาคมนะคะแล้วก็มีจำนวนที่เพิ่มขึ้นแทบจะทุกปีด้วยซ้ำสำหรับจำนวนนักท่องเที่ยวที่เดินทางเข้าประเทศอินเดียเพื่อไปเดินทางไปอย่างจาริกแสวงบุญเนี่ยนะคะนอกจากนี้แล้วน่าจะมีการโปรโมทนะคะสำหรับสถานที่ใหม่ๆที่เรียกว่า Unseen Buddhist Circuit ในประเทศอินเดียด้วยสำหรับผู้ที่สนใจเดินทางไปทั้งแสวงบุญนะคะแล้วก็รวมไปถึงท่องเที่ยวด้วยในดินแดนที่เกี่ยวข้องกับพุทธศาสนานะคะอย่างเช่นนะคะทุกวันนี้เริ่มมีความนิยมในการเดินทางไปที่เมืองสาวัตถีนะคะซึ่งเป็นสถานที่พระเจ้าทรงจำพรรษานานที่สุดถึง24 ปีนะคะหรือไปที่เมืองไวสาลีนะคะซึ่งนอกจากจะ มีความสำคัญทางศาสนาแล้วเนี่ยที่นี่ยังมีเสาหินของพระเจ้าอโศกมหาราชนะคะที่สมบูรณ์อีกแห่งหนึ่งเชียวนะคะนอกจากนี้ยังมีที่ถ้ำอาชันตานะคะซึ่งได้รับความนิยมมากขึ้นนะคะเพื่อไปท่องเที่ยวดูเรื่องของการแกะสลักหินซึ่งทั้งภูเขาเลยนะคะซึ่งคนไทยก็สนใจแล้วก็ดูความงดงามชดช้อยของการสลักหินซึ่งเป็นวัฒนธรรมของชาวอินเดียด้วยนะคะนอกจากนี้แล้วนะยังเดินทางไปทางตอนเหนือนะคะไปที่แคว้นลาดักเพื่อไปดูพุทธศาสนานะคะอย่างนิกายมหายานหรือว่าวชิรยานซึ่งก็แปลกตาสำหรับคนไทยด้วยเช่นกันนะคะนอกจากนี้แล้วนะคะก็ยังพูดถึงเรื่องของภาษาคำเมืองนะคะซึ่งดิฉันเป็นคนเมืองเนี่ยนะคะคนเชียงใหม่เนี่ยเราเรียกว่าจุธาตุหรือชุธาตุในภาษาไทยกลางเนี่ยนะคะจุธาตุหรือชุธาตุเนี่ยคือการไหว้พระตามปีนักกษัตริย์ที่เราเกิดนะคะตามประเพณีทางเหนือแล้วเนี่ยคนโบราณเราเชื่อว่านะการเดินทางไปสักการะบูชาพระบรมสารีริกธาตุหรือพระธาตุประจำปีเกิดเราเนี่ยสักครั้งหนึ่งเนี่ยถือว่าเป็นกุศลผลบุญที่สำคัญมากครั้งหนึ่งในชีวิตเราไม่จะเดินทางกันนะคะคือในสมัยก่อนในการเดินทางอาจจะไม่ใช่เป็นการท่องเที่ยวโดยตรงแต่เพื่อเป็นการสักการะบูชาแต่ปัจจุบันนี้ได้มีการส่งเสริมนะคะเรื่องของการท่องเที่ยวให้เดินทางท่องเที่ยวไปตามจังหวัดต่างๆซึ่งมีพระธาตุประจำปีเกิดที่เรียงไปตั้งแต่12ปีนักกษัตริย์นะคะซึ่งก็ได้รับความนิยมค่อนข้างมากทีเดียวสำหรับนักท่องเที่ยวชาวไทยนะคะซึ่งดิฉันมองว่าตรงนี้เองเนี่ยน่าจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของการจัดสร้างเส้นทางการท่องเที่ยวเชิงพุทธศาสนาได้ในส่วนท้ายของการนำเสนอนะเช่นพูดถึงเรื่องของการท่องเที่ยวเชิงศาสนาหรือว่าการจะได้แสวงบุญเนี่ยนะคะน่าจะเป็นอีกรูปแบบหนึ่งของการเดินทางท่องเที่ยวในเชิงของการสร้างความสัมพันธ์นะคะในความเชื่อหรืออย่างหนึ่งสามารถเรียกว่าเป็นการท่องเที่ยวเชิงจิตวิญญาณซึ่งเป็นอีกเส้นทางหนึ่งของการท่องเที่ยวหนึ่งนะคะที่รัฐบาลไทยได้พยายามที่จะส่งเสริมในอนาคตเพราะว่าเป็นเส้นทางของการท่องเที่ยวที่ให้ความสำคัญทั้งเรื่องของความเชื่อเรื่องของศาสนาเรื่องจิตวิญญาณนะคะรวมไปถึงได้ความรู้ความเข้าใจสร้างประสบการณ์นะคะแล้วก็ก่อให้เกิดประโยชน์ในการพัฒนาด้านเศรษฐกิจแล้วก็มีการเชื่อมโยงความสัมพันธ์เพื่อยิ่งเรื่องของการท่องเที่ยวระหว่างประเทศไทยและประเทศอินเดียด้วยเช่นกันค่ะขอบคุณมากเลยค่ะ Thank you very much
Thank you very much Dr. Phakdi Ratana from Chiang Mai University for your beautiful, colorful, and fruitful presentation. Yeah, and I'm really happy to see your presentation. I like the gimmick of the zodiac tourism in Thailand. So very, very interesting. And after the COVID, I would like to to travel a lot in Thailand. So now we come to the last session. I mean the session of discussion. I would like to raise a question for you all, for all speakers. That is the one question for the Vesak Day. As you know, this webinar organized by the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center for to celebrate the Vesak Festival, Vesak Day in Buddhism in 26th of May. So I would like to ask you from your point of view, what is your idea to celebrate this Vesak Festival from your point of view that you already present? What is the way how to celebrate this Vesak Day? For me, I answer that this webinar is the way, one of the way to celebrate this Vesak Day. Okay, everyone, all speaker can answer, and you can unmute yourself and then you answer this question, please. Phante and Dr. Chet, Dr. Phakdi Venerable Somboon and Venerable McQueen. Yeah, I would like to hear from your point of view.
Yes, normally without COVID-19 in several last year before, I would travel to some Buddhist places, some temples, enjoy or appreciate the Buddhist art and pay respect to the Lord, mindfully in the same time. But unfortunately, this time is not suit for traveling, so I would pray at my home, and also it is very fruitful to join the seminars. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chet. I have seen your background. You see, the
Yes,
Buddha
yes.
image. Yeah,
That is my Buddha image in my collections. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, very respectful Buddha image. And Dr. Pakdikul, Ratana, how
Okay,
to
thank you very much for
yeah.
your question. For
Yeah.
me, it's very simple.
Mhm.
I do this like a routine every year for Vesak Day with my family,
Mhm.
with my
Mhm.
mother. On
Mhm.
morning, I get up early and prepare food and
Mhm.
offering food to the monks
Mhm.
at the temple.
อืม
เจ็ดยอดค่ะ my house
โอ้
is by the
วัด
วัด
เจ็ด
เจ็ด
ย
ย
อ
อ
ด in
ด
เชียงใหม่
in เชียงใหม่
very famous
yes
very famous monastery temple in เชียงใหม่ yeah
yes it's influenced from the Bodh Gaya style to วัดเจ็ดยอดค่ะ and not far from my house so every year not only on Vesak Day but in every Buddhist day my family and I we go to the temple วัดเจ็ดยอด and pray and also offering food to the monk it's very simple thank
Yeah.
you
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Pakdikul Ratana, for your kind answer. This is from the point of view of the lay persons. I would like to listen to hear from the point of view of Buddhist monk, venerable monk, Pante Dr. Seng Hyun, Pante Dr. Sombun, or
Okay.
Pante Pramahamakwin. Yeah, how
Okay.
to celebrate? Please.
Okay, so normally it's for the Vesak celebration, Mahachulalongkorn University is the main hub for the United Nations Day of Vesak celebration, 14 to the mark of the United Nations Organized Day of Vesak celebration in every year. But last 2 years, we MCU and Thai government unable to organize at the UN headquarters in Bangkok. So within Vesak UN Vesak celebration, MCU is the main organizer for the to the mark Vesak celebration. And during Vesak celebration, we organize international conference, invite foreign scholars, more than 81 scholars, and come to seminar and roundtable discussing to the mark UN Vesak celebration in headquarters in Bangkok. And second thing, so we after conference, all foreign participants gather to the Buddha mountain to the processing to remark UN Vesak celebration. So this MCU usually this in the past 2 years, but due to COVID, last year and this year, we are unable to organize UN Vesak celebration for the MCU side, but we organize within MCU from the temple and from the university, such as writing a poem in regard Vesak, or do small seminar reading among the friends and other scholars. Like today also this kinds of to remark Vesak celebration. So this for the side of issue. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pante Seng here. Yeah, for your kind answer. And Pante, Venerable Prama Sombun, can you hear me? Or Prama Makwin? Yeah. Pante, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, I would like to hear from you. How do you celebrate this Vesak Day in the COVID-19 nowadays? Yeah, please.
Yes, as you know, the COVID situation not allow us to celebrate the Vesak Day as usual. Usually, as you know, in Thailand, when the Vesak Day, the day of the Buddha birth, the Buddha enlightenment, and the Buddha passing away, come or arrive, we gather together in on the temple allow all over Thailand, allow Thailand to celebrate by walking around the Uposatha hall to recall the Buddha, the Buddha worship, the event related to the Buddha. But for this year, we cannot do like this because of the COVID-19. But I think I would like to celebrate what we call inner celebration. Inner celebration, not physical celebration. I think this event reminds us to think about what is the message Buddhism want us to know on this event or this circumstance. I think in the words, the Pali words we use to chant, to say in the Vesak day, right?
Chanting, you would like to chant
Chanting.
for Vesak Day?
It reminds me to think about the Mahaparinibbana Sutta. The Buddha said, if the Buddhists in the future, would like to see the Buddha, how should we do in the future? What should we do? Guide us that we should go to visit the holy places, right? Sangveshaniya Sathana. Holy places. For what? So that we can be motivated, right? We can motivated, and we can get in the Pali word as the keyword of the four holy places, the Sangveka, right? Sangveka. The page Sangveshaniya Sathana mean in Pali, the places should be the places should be urgent. Urgent. As you know, the Sangveka in Pali mean the sense of urgency. The sense of urgency. This is the meaning of Sangveka or Sangveshaniya Sathana. So when the Vesak day come, we should use this event to remind us to think about our life, right? Our life. Especially the meaning of the sense of urgency. Urgency about what? Urgency to do something, to do our duty. Our duty in Buddhism is to going to the enlightenment, right? Mindfulness, with mindfulness. Upper mind, with mindfulness. Meaning of Sangveshaniya Sathana. The place should, we should have the sense of urgency. My celebration for this year is inner celebration.
Thank you very much, Bhante, for your advice. I also would like to do the inner celebration. And Bhante, Dr. Pramaha Makawin Purisuttamo, please, for about the Vesak celebration for this situation.
Okay. I think that's about Visakha Busha Day. In this year, we have many problem because problem means virus COVID-19 problem. Because Buddhist people want to do everything for Visakha Busha Day, but we have so many problems. We cannot do everything, but we can do about something in one Visakha Busha Day. You can do everything for for yourself and for your family and for your country. Okay, save for Thai people, save your life, save your country, save your family.
Yeah.
Okay, in my slide talk, my video talk about virus COVID-19. Coaching everyone in society cannot use their life as before because they cannot go whatever to go. They cannot eat whatever to eat. I think that Ajahn Sombat, you know everything about problem from COVID-19. Now I cannot go my university. I teach my students from Zoom online.
Yeah. We have the policy work from home, work from temple, and now we celebrate from home and celebrate from temple. Okay.
Ajahn, you know, I have so many problems because every someday I want to go my university because my student want to check his student his thesis, but I have something about I will go to my university by taxi. It's my topic about we have so many problems from COVID-19. We can go everything for your life, your family, and your country and your society by Buddhist doctrine. Yoniso Manasikan.
Okay.
I think that's a Yoniso Manasikan. In Bali, I think that's for example, you can do something or everything by your mind. First, you do something before you what you think in your mind.
Yes, sir.
For
yes,
Yoniso Manasikan, and then Palato Kosa. I think that so many problems from COVID-19 in your life, your family, and your country, university from COVID-19 because you want you have so many your friend, but your friend, some friend, good people, some friend different. Some friend last night go somewhere, but they talk with you. So many problems. And then last about Kalayana Mitata. I think that's now Indian embassy of India, Thailand. You do something for Vesak Busha by online today. I think that's really good idea. Same my topic about Palato Kosa Yoniso Manasikan and Kaya Mista. Thank you.
This cover on your presentation. This webinar hosted by Indian Embassy by Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center. Now we come to the end of the webinar. I'm very thankful to all of you, all speakers who participate, who attend this webinar. So from my side, I'm very heartful thanks to all of you, and very thankful to the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center to invite me.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful webinar. I'd like to thank all the venerable monks and scholars for presenting their topics, and I would also like to thank Dr. Sombat for moderating the sessions for us. This webinar has thrown light on the Buddhist connections that India and Thailand share, as also the many aspects of Buddhism, including psychology, maritime trade, and influences on local beliefs and culture, which are very important but less known compared to the Buddhist philosophy and art history, etc. I also hope that the session on Buddhist tour circuit can help tourists and enthusiasts to explore these interesting places. Thank you once again to all the venerable monks and scholars for the illuminating sessions on perspectives on Buddhism. Once again, greetings on International Vesak Day. Namaskar, Swadika. Thank you so much.